Welcome to Angela's Cakes. Today we will be making a Nutella brioche. Begin with 3/4 of a cup of warmed up milk, 1 sachet of dried yeast, 2 eggs, a pinch of salt, 30 grams of butter, you'll need to melt this, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 450 grams of flour. Begin by placing all the dry ingredients in your bowl. Start with the flour, next add the sugar, then the yeast, and keep the salt on the opposite side of the sugar and yeast. Now mix everything together with a fork. Give it a good mix and just make sure everything's well combined. Now onto the wet ingredients. Begin by making a well. Pour in the warm milk. For the eggs, you only need the egg yolks and the 30 grams of melted butter. Now mix that all together and make sure everything is well combined. When your mixture reaches this consistency, it's time to wash your hands and get in there and mix all the ingredients together. So now back to our mixing bowl. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Just put that all over the dough. Put that back in the bowl. Now we're going to cover this with some cling wrap and let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours or until it doubles in size. So it's been a couple of hours and as you can see my dough has risen perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock the air out of this. So just roll it out a bit and now roll it up into a nice cylindrical shape. Now just cut that into 4. The next step is to roll out all 4 pieces of dough into the shape of a circle. Don't forget that the thinner you roll out your dough, the better your Nutella brioche will be. Once you've rolled out your dough, start by lining a baking tray with some baking paper and put your first layer on the bottom. In an oven-proof bowl, scoop in some Nutella. Because this consistency is too thick for us, we're going to want to melt it in the oven. Do this much for now. If you need more, don't be afraid to just melt some more later on. Now while our Nutella is in the oven, grab a plate and press down nice and hard on the dough. And then with the knife, just cut the excess. Remove the excess. Once your Nutella reaches this kind of consistency, it's ready. Doesn't that just look delicious? Now pour the Nutella on, not all of it. That should be enough. Now spread that around. You want a nice even layer. Make sure you get right up to the edges. Now repeat this with the next 2 layers, not 3 though, because the last one you want to put on top and that one does not need Nutella. Now the same deal with the last piece. Cut around with your plate. Now put the last piece on top and that's it. Now we're just going to grab a drinking glass, place it in the middle, leave that there softly. And now we're going to cut at 3, 6, 9 and 12. All the way down. Take your time with this bit because the more even your cuts are, the better the finished product will look. What I'm going to do is cut in half. This is the hardest part, so make sure you pay extra attention and you'll get it right. Take this one and this one, just like that, and twist them in the opposite direction. I'll explain it one more time. Take one piece in your left hand and one piece in your right hand. The one in your left, turn to the left, and the one in your right, turn to the right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the two pieces, twist them half a turn, and stick them together like that. Keep going all the way around, and that's it. So half a turn and together. Now you can pop that glass off, and with those egg whites that we had left over from before, just a silica brush, brush over. Make sure you get a nice good coating, but not too much, otherwise it'll go brown in the oven. Just pop that in your preheated oven for 15 to 20 minutes. There's our beautiful Nutella brioche, and it smells amazing. Trust me when I tell you this, the entire house smells like baked Nutella and bread. Alright, put that down. Just grab a little bit of icing, spread it over nice and evenly, not too much. There's our finished product. Isn't that just beautiful? That is Instagram worthy. Alright guys, I hope you liked today's video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, like and subscribe for more content.